Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good day and above all else that you are indeed looking after yourselves and one another. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of Running Back through the 80s. We are tackling the year 1988, and I want to welcome back to the channel for this wonderful series that we're doing. Bluebeard, otherwise known as Bill Schuster. How's it going, Bill?
Doing great, Armando. Coming near the end of the decade here.
Yes, yes, we are. Ladies and gentlemen, with this series, as with Tripping Through the 70s, we have picked our top five songs plus two honorable mentions, so seven songs in total from the years 1980 to 1989. I was just telling you, Bill, before we started taping this segment, I love doing episodes with this individual. I think he's a fantastic person, and uh, he has been a friend to me um, beyond measure. And that's all I'm going to say. Uh, so before he gets too big of a head from the compliments, we'll, hey, there we go. Ooh, close up.
I can't fit anymore.
Is that a pimple on your forehead? Okay, never mind. Um, we
A
will
wrinkle, probably.
exactly. Well, please, I'm there with you. All right. Before we get too ahead of ourselves here and go off on another tangent, we will continue this series with looking at our favorite songs from the year 1988. So, Bill's going to give us his first or f number five pick for 1988. Go ahead, Bill.
All right. We're going big, heavy, late 80s production, over the top, big video, big hair, big everything. Yep, she's come a long way from the Go Go's. It's Belinda Carlisle telling us that heaven is a place on earth.
Ooh,
Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Yeah, this is I'm a fan of the early Go-Go's hits. I mean, we get to be Vacation, especially Our Lips Are Sealed. That's absolutely
yeah.
wonderful. But Belinda Carlisle's solo career, I think there might be more hit singles in her solo career that I really liked than there were Go-Go's hit singles.
Okay.
That's kind of impressive, actually. And
Yeah, it
now
is.
it's a different vibe. Obviously, it doesn't have that pop surf punk thing that the Go-Go's had
Cheers to
going.
Belinda Carlisle. Go ahead.
Yes, to Belinda Carlisle. Apologies to Jane Weedland. Sorry, Jane, you really tried. You were awesome too. But let's face it, Belinda had the hits.
Yeah.
And this is probably the biggest. She had some pretty cool other solo hits in the mid late 80s here, but this is probably the one that everybody remembers above the others, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, this takes her far away from that kind of cocky, young, again, kind of punk princess, basically, and
Yeah.
she becomes this glitzy, over the top pop diva,
Yeah.
and she carries it off quite well,
Very well.
surprisingly.
Yeah.
So yeah, who knew that Belinda Carlisle would, for a little while in the late '80s, become a big solo star? Certainly not
Hmm.
me. But yeah, this is just a joyous, happy, fun pop song. So Heaven is a Place on Earth, Belinda Carlisle is my number five.
Yeah, good one, good one. Video directed by Diane Keaton, by the way. Um, Little factoid. But no, that track, Heaven on Earth, was Heaven is a Place on Earth. Um, Pop Confection, you know, it's a good track. As I'm holding my coffee here, my first or number five pick for 88, Paul Carrick with Don't Shed a Tear.
Oh, there's Paul again.
Uh, just a really well crafted melodic piece of pop. I'd say pop. I don't say it's rock. Uh, Paul was never a heavy rock act in terms of like the work he did with Squeeze and Ace. How long has this been going on, etc. But it's just an infectious track. It's got the hook. and the groove and the melody to it. Yeah, just even the chorus, "My life won't end without you." It's like he knows he'll go on, even though he's hurting a lot. Eventually, he will push forward and he will go forward in life. My life won't end without you. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll be okay. So that's my number five for
And
1980.
good for Paul Carrick that he finally got recognition under his own name and had a hit
Yeah,
that wasn't credited to Ace or Mike and the Mechanics or Squeeze. That it's Paul Carrick. Everybody knows, for
yeah,
sure. So
yeah,
it was about time. The dude's been all over the place. He paid his dues big time. So yeah, excellent song.
yeah. Your next
Um,
one?
my next one, well, we're going for somebody that had all kinds of hits,
Oh boy.
all kinds of pop hits. Some would say he was the king of them. Yep, that's right. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. Yep, that's Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson.
I was going to say Liberace, but go on.
No tinkly piano going on here, but
I wish my brother
yeah.
George is here. Go on.
This
Okay.
Man in the Mirror is one of those big, obvious, uplifting message songs. It's
Yeah,
meant to be a big, inspiring message song, but it works. It's yeah. I mean, you get right into the chorus there. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I mean, I'm asking him to change his ways.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And back at this time, I was trying to change a lot of my ways too. So this song hit me
yeah,
extra hard back
yeah.
in those days, and it's I think it's still a very powerful song. The video, you start out with images of starving kids in Africa. And I mean, okay, we know what we're getting into here. This is something serious. This is not some pop confection. That's just yeah, it's shallow. It's one of my favorite songs that Michael ever recorded.
Hmm.
Yeah, he didn't write this one, but frankly, it doesn't matter. He nailed it in the performance and the recording of this.
Yeah,
He captured the feeling of the song big time. So, Man in
yeah,
the Mirror, Michael Jackson is my number four.
yeah. I had the album. I had Bad. Um, Good one. Good one. My number four is Pet Shop Boys featuring Dusty Springfield with What Have I Done to Deserve This? Yeah. If you guys out there can get the Shep Pettibone extended mix of this, go for it. Get it. Again, melodic as I'll get out. I like the how they constructed it where you've got uh Neil Tennant doing the verses and then you've got Desi Springfield coming in on the response, the call and response. You know, since you've been away, I've been hanging around. I've been wondering why I'm feeling down. You went away. It should make me feel better, but I don't know how I'm going to get through. So it's just, it's infectious. It's got the hook, it's got the melody to it. it it's Pet Shop Boys, and it's a good pop dance track.
And
Um,
kudos to them for helping revive Dusty Springfield.
oh yeah, oh they love Jesse Springfield. He
Yes.
was a gay man's dream. Hello, I mean it's like oh yeah, and at this time she had just ended her relationship with Carol Pope from Rough Trade. I mentioned Rough Trade to you before, and Carol
Mhm.
Pope, lead singer, they had a torrid love affair. Um,
Horrid. There's a word you
through
don't
the
hear often.
through the early 80s into 86. And she had just gone out of the relationship with Carol Pope. Um, yeah, no, this is just a really good, well-constructed melodic dance pop track. And I like the call and response between Neil and Dusty on this. Uh, and again, if you can get your hands on the Chef Peterbone mix, you can get it on YouTube. Please do. Um, but yeah, that's my number four.
Pick our second Pet Shop Boys track of the 80s
Yep,
thus far.
yep.
All right, my number three. Ah, going worlds away from Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror here. Um, imagine that's a guitar. I'm not carrying the effect properly,
No, I
but
know.
there's Slash. Yeah, that's right. It's Guns N' Roses with Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah,
Overplayed, yeah, who cares? It's still such a perfect killer hard rock pop track.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a very equal parts rock and pop, frankly. I
It
mean,
is.
and it works better for that. Not everything has to be snarly heavy metal stuff from hard rock and metal bands, you know.
Yeah.
And this thing was a monster hit for a good reason. I've gone on record saying I prefer the Use Your Illusion albums over Appetite for Destruction,
Hmm.
but man, the three big singles off this album, absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah,
And this is I've heard it countless times, but anytime it pops up on my playlist, I'll be damned if I'm changing.
yeah.
I'm not about to fast forward to the next track.
I would
And
never. Yeah.
some of the most heartfelt, just warm, sincere lyrics and vocals from Axl Rose ever. Not trying to be a badass or not trying to, be edgy or anything, just
The prima donna.
sincerity. Yeah. So yeah, this is them at their most sincere and beautiful, frankly. Um, so good job on them. Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses, my
Hmm.
number three.
Hmm. No, that album, Appetite for Destruction, um, monster, monster. And I mean, we're talking about Use Your Illusions. I prefer number one over two. Um, my issue with number two is once you start repeating songs like "Don't Cry," alternate lyrics. Like, come on, you're running out of ideas to put songs on albums. Like, come on.
I
To
got
me,
number two before one, so that
eh,
so to me one was repeating.
what was that? Sorry?
So to me one was repeating because I listened to two first.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, okay, I get it. But I mean, Appetite for Destruction as an album was just the total opposite of what was going on
Yeah,
musically. It was just like Poison and fuck that shit. Boom, here we are, like fuck all of you. You know what I mean? Like here we are. This is what we're doing. The kick-ass rock band, and this is what we're giving you. And hopefully you like it. And people loved it. So yeah,
yeah.
good
They
track.
brought back the Aerosmith of the '70s, while Aerosmith was going away from the Aerosmith
Yeah,
of the '70s.
exactly, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. My number three is Cheap Trick with the Flame.
Robin Zander's giving you the stink eye right now.
Oh, he doesn't like that song.
I think that's another one of those the band was not thrilled about it kind of things,
Oh,
even if
having
it
to
was a
push.
monster
Oh,
hit.
you
So
know what? Again, a good song is a good song.
I agree.
And this is a well-constructed pop rock track. Um, and he's just saying, I'm missing you. I want to be with you. You know, why can't we do this? Why can't I be with you? Why can't we be together? It's a shame that he doesn't like this song because you know what? If he didn't like it, don't record it. But
He still sold the vocal though, so I
oh
mean he
yeah,
carried it.
oh yeah, oh yeah. It's just a beautifully constructed rock track. I really don't consider it pop. I consider it more rock, but it's a ballad because of the guitar solo on it. But that's my number. What my number two? I think it's
Yeah, yeah.
number three. Number three.
I've always really liked it, but it's not a traditional Cheap Trick song. Certainly, frankly, it could have been done by any number of the hair metalish type bands of that
Yeah.
era, and but those
What?
weren't the ones that did it. It was Cheap Trick that did it. So there we go.
And if I'm not mistaken, this album was the same one that had the cover of "Don't Be Cruel."
I believe so.
Why would you do that? Why?
To be cruel.
Hold on a second. Note to the camera. Hold on a second. You don't like the flame, but you go ahead and record a cheap ass cover of "Don't Be Cruel." What were you thinking? You weren't. You weren't. To you. Moving on. All
On
right.
that note, here's your just a quick trivia before we move on to the next track.
Yeah.
This year, this year's top 100, just a few spots apart, featured two songs called "Don't Be Cruel." One by Cheap Trick and one by
By
Bobby
Bobby
Brown.
Brown. Because I would never be that cruel to you. Oh, I know.
All right, but I digress as we often
Don't
do.
be cruel. I had that album, Bobby Brown, Don't Be Cruel. I had it on vinyl,
Uh,
actually.
I thought you meant the album I digress.
Oh, no, 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 no. Go ahead.
All right,
I
my
prefer
number two.
Bob. I prefer Bobby Brown's version. Go ahead. Number two. I mean,
All right, once again, we are going to something completely different. Uh, every one of my top five songs are completely different from each other. I'm all over the map here.
yeah,
This one recently had a hit remake in another genre, which I really have no interest in. I'm glad that Tracy Chapman got lots of royalties out of it. You know what song I'm going for? It's Fast Car.
yeah.
This album in my peer group at the time when it came out, this was like all anybody talked about or listened to, and it's still the whole album, not just Fast Car. The whole album is
Yeah.
damn brilliant.
Yeah.
And yeah, not to say that Tracy hasn't done great stuff since, because she has, but this is very much a moment in time. The song and the album are they're just it kind of like what you were talking about with Brilliant Disguise by Bruce Springsteen. It was kind of a shift. That this album, I think, almost single-handedly changed what was going on certain sections of the pop charts. It
Yeah.
influenced so many artists
Yeah.
that okay, we can do these introspective acoustic feminist songs. And
Folkish type of
it's
songs.
almost like this is the birth of Lilith Fair years in advance in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Um,
Very much so.
yeah, it's still very effective.
Yeah.
We've all heard it. I don't need to go into too great a detail on it. I don't think you either love it or you don't, basically. And I still love it.
Yeah.
I love the whole damned album.
Yeah. Um, Fantastic song. It is. My number two is George Michael with "Kissing a Fool." If you guys are familiar with the Faith album, this song is a total opposite of what is on the Faith album. It's live, it's jazz, it's acoustic. He delivers a beautiful vocal, um, and it's just George Michael doing acoustic jazz. And it's beautifully done, wonderfully executed, soulful vocal done by George Michael. Uh, Again, the total antithesis of what is on the rest of Faith, the album in total, in its entirety. So that's my number two. Kissing a Fool from George Michael from Faith.
Hmm. Well, I got to just say it. George Michael sucks. And that's why my number one is Father Figure by George Michael. Had you going for a second there.
You
Yeah.
bastard. I'm like, okay, fine, go on.
Oh, father figure. Jesus. Wow. This is one of the sexiest fucking songs ever. Excuse my profanity, but damn, this is.
Pop,
Woo. And I watched the video for the first time in years yesterday,
s'more.
and that just adds more on top of it. I mean, this song, my God, I mean, the instruments set it up again. It's one of those that they don't use the cliched keyboard sounds.
No,
They use these really cool, again, it goes back to that film noir thing that I've
yeah,
mentioned. The video kind of goes along with that in some parts too. Uh, but oh,
even his vocal delivery.
yes, my God, it's just so sultry and sensuous and just wow.
Yeah, track two, side one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if this song doesn't make you feel something, you might be dead inside. I don't know, and
Yeah.
or
Well,
asexual. Nothing against the ace folks out there, but yeah, damn,
yeah.
yeah, it stands the test of time. It was hot then, it's hot now. It's just a really gorgeous song. I mean, musically and lyrically, and yeah, George's vocal. My God, it's you know, it could be seen as a little controversial, the whole aspect of, you know, I'll be your father figure, I'll be your preacher, teacher, you know, the whole could
Anything
be
you have
seen
in mind.
as what.
Not just I'll be your creature teacher. Anything you have in mind, I'll be your daddy. Whoa,
Yeah.
it's like, um, yeah, no, I will be the one that loves you till the end of time. Woo! And
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
and then that bridge part where he talks about if you were the desert, I'll be the sea. If you
if
ever
ever you
hunger for
hunger for me.
yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's yeah. This
whatever
song
you
is
ask
still
for,
amazing.
that's what I'll be. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not that I know the lyrics, ladies and gentlemen, but
Oh, I'm sure you've never heard this.
I know. Whew.
You're not a George Michael fan, I don't think. You know.
No, 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 not at all. Um, but let me ask you something. Can you imagine that song with a snare drum
I can only imagine this song the way it is because it's already perfect. I,
just before he finished it? He was mixing it and he listened back, he did the playback, and there was a snare drum that he used. He removed it. It gives it more of a sparse feeling to it.
I'd say it was a good decision.
Those synthetic finger snaps with the bass. And he played bass. George Michael was an accomplished bass player. He was a multi-instrumentalist. He played guitar, he played bass, he played keyboards. A lot of people don't know this shit.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah. He
whoo,
wasn't just a pretty boy frontman singer. He was an
no,
artist.
he knew what he wanted in the studio. And there are pictures of him playing bass. And he's just so concentrated. He's like, oh my God. Yeah. No, but father figure? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oof. And that's sort of, yeah, that, that keyboard on the outro that ends the song. Very seductive,
Yes.
slinky, very sensual. You know what I mean? It's like,
Gives you
okay,
those like the final strokes on the way out, like a lingering goodbye.
yeah, yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God. Okay.
masterpiece. That's all there is to it. This, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. There we go. There we go. All right. My number one, Tracy Chapman Fast Car. Okay. Um, with everything going on in the 80s in terms of that year, like 87, 88, this song was nothing like what was on the radio. And, and at the age of 18, I was that character in this song. I wanted to leave. I wanted to go somewhere and just start new and do something different. Get away from being, in my own experience, being restricted, not being allowed to do anything because of my disability, being able to, like, having to be just stay put, don't make any trouble, don't make any waves. Hearing this song, listening to the lyrics of this song, um, I got a plan to get us out of here. You know what I mean? Pennies to save, just a little bit of money. Like won't have to drive too far, just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living. Sorry.
We said we weren't gonna get all teary eyed on these
Yeah,
episodes, and yet Tracy Chapman pretty well got both of us.
leave. We have to leave tonight or live or die this way. It's just like we have to make a decision now because if we don't, we have no other choice. We have to stay. The immediacy of the lyric, but delivered in such a relaxed way, it was potent and it was powerful and impactful. And it made a statement. It made a definite statement.
Obviously, still resonates.
It does. It does. And I'm 55 this year. It still does. So yeah, that's my number one, Tracy Chapman Fast Car. I'm sorry for my emotional reaction to it. Your first honorable mention, kind sir.
All right. My first honorable mention. Well, this one's a bit of a Mutt Lang, that is.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's Def Leppard. It's a Mutt Lang production. It's Love Bites. This is also a very sexy song. Not
Hmm.
George Michael father figure level sexy, but it has a similar, very sensuous vibe to it. And yeah, I think this might be the best song on Hysteria. Um, I've just always really liked it from the first time I heard it. I know a lot of people think the album's overplayed, overrated, whatever. Nah, I think every one of those songs deserve to be a hit.
Okay.
Um, but this one especially, and yeah, this was where Def Leppard was crafting ballads, like their early ballads here. They'd had like rocking power ballad type stuff previously, but not
Yeah.
really any. This was a real ballad,
Yeah.
and it's something that they would try to continue to recreate in the 90s and frankly never quite succeed in the same way.
Hmm.
But here, though, they absolutely nailed it. And it's one of Joe Elliott's best vocal performances for sure. Very emotional, and yeah, it's there's no typical hard rock metal lyrics. This is just
Yeah.
human connection stuff here. So yeah, Love Bites by Def Leppard.
Yeah. That was like single what, number 55 from the album when it came out.
I don't even remember what it is. I know there were seven of them, but yeah, I don't remember
I think
specifically what number
I
single
think
this
this
was.
was single number five, seven, six from the album. But no, I mean, Mutt Lang said, "Who says you can't have more than five singles from an album, five hit singles?" And yeah, this was just one of them. And yes, there was a joke about at the time, is it Def Leppard or is it Bryan Adams? Because you couldn't tell the difference, but because they both were working with Mutt Lang at the time, and from '87 to '91, and it was like, oh no, that's Def Leppard. I know Joe Elliott's Slow. Is that Bryan Adams on the chorus? Okay, I mean, you can't really tell, but
He
um,
had the magic touch.
oh yeah,
He really did.
too bad he couldn't stop touching other women. Otherwise, he would have still been married to Shania Twain at this point in time. I'm sorry, having an affair with your wife's best friend.
Yeah,
And then having your best friend tell you that, oh, what's all in your head when your best friend comes to you and thinks that her husband is having an affair and you don't tell her. That's just wrong. Anyways.
he's
Um,
no longer still the one she
oh, I know.
kisses that
I
night.
know. But she also married the friend's ex-husband. So I mean,
Tangled web.
they just switched houses. All right. No, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. I actually liked Women from,
First single
yeah, that bombed
that
in
didn't
America.
yeah. I liked Women quite a bit too. I was
I liked
surprised it
Women. I
wasn't a
liked
hit.
Animal. I liked Hysteria. Rocket. Well, but yeah,
I thought
no, but
Rocket was fun. All the glam rock
all the
references and
70s,
lyrics. And
Jean
yeah,
Jean, Killer Queen. It's like uh Dizzy, Lizzie, Major Tom, whatever. It's like,
it
okay.
was a good tribute to the artists that made them, basically.
Yeah, yeah, T-Rex and all that. Yeah, no, I get it. My first honorable mention is Bangles with Hazy Shade of Winter from the Less Than Zero soundtrack. Cover of a
Simon
Simon Garfunkel track. Just a good rocking version of this. Um, no hidden messages, just a good slab of rock pop. And they could rock out if they had to,
Yeah.
you know. So that's my first honorable mention. The next one,
Right. Coincidentally, I heard the Simon and Garfunkel version earlier this morning.
cool.
But
How
yeah, the
was it?
band did a good job.
Yeah, I know.
Who?
I was asking, oh, how was it?
Oh, as good as ever.
Cool. I've never heard the original.
Really? Oh wow.
No, never heard it. No.
I,
It's like when somebody asked Lemmy from Motorhead, did you ever meet Prince? No, I already met Jimi Hendrix. Why do I need to meet Prince? Okay, but no, there we go. No, I just never heard the song before the original. But no,
let's
I
just say there's a reason that the Bengals were covering a Paul Simon song, and Paul Simon was not covering a Bengals song, and I'll leave it at that.
okay,
No
moving on.
disrespect to the Bengals, but
There are certain bands that have a shelf life. Okay,
all
your
right.
next one, your last honorable mention for 88.
Well, I usually try to only have one per artist, but I couldn't leave this out. It's that guy I don't like again. It's George Michael with One More Try. Damn. Yeah, this is another one. This was a slow grower. This took me years to really appreciate. It's kind
Can
of
you
a
hit
heart
the,
crushing song, but
sorry, can you hit the vocal on the chorus?
can I hit the vocal? Probably not very well.
Unless you stand on your tiptoes and grab your crotch and squeeze
Yeah.
and okay, I get it.
Teacher, there were things that I don't want to learn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't want to learn to hold you. Oh man, yeah,
Mm,
it's a heartbreaker of a lyric, but very well done, and again, very adult subject matter. This is obviously from the perspective of somebody who has been in serious relationships, and
yeah.
yeah, of course, again, there's also that potentially controversial age difference hinted at there, talking about somebody being his teacher. This time, he's not the father figure; somebody else is. That may just be me reading stuff into it, but yeah. But no
Yeah,
matter
no,
how
I
you
get it.
slice it, it's another brilliant, brilliant George Michael song from
Oh
this
yeah.
time.
No, I get it 100%.
Yeah, it hits the feels.
Yeah. No, that I get it 100%. That album, I mean, he just matured musically and lyrically from Wham, like 100%, like 1000%, I should say. Um, yeah, no, it's good. My last honorable mention is George Michael with I Want Your Sex. Now, I'm referring to the 13-minute extended version featuring part one, part two, and part three, A Last Request. Now, this song was originally featured on the soundtrack for Beverly Hills Cop 2, but this was also featured on
Faith.
Faith. And if you buy the CD version, you have parts one and two, and then you have A Last Request as the final track on the album. it's not a misogynistic track. It is just someone saying, look, we're seeing one another. We love each other. We love being together. We're adults. Let's have sex. Let's enjoy each other fully. Let's just have a weekend or have a night where we just have fun together in the carnal way and no regrets, no hangups, no commitments if we want it that way. Let's be adults and let's just enjoy each other in the flesh. Okay? And it's got the hook, it's got the melody to it, it's got the punch to it, and George Michael does all the instrumentation on the album. Okay? And his only request is he wants to know if we can come together. The only question is, will we ever? That's in part two, of course. But
I'm sure he just meant they were going to arrive somewhere simultaneously.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. But you know what? And I do believe that he did a good thing by putting a message at the beginning of the video talking about what the song was about. Because at that time, there was a lot of talk about AIDS and unprotected sex and, uh, you know, um, how about monogamy being a thing of the past. Uh, in the video, he says, in the past, there have been arguments for and against casual sex. Then it was a question of morality. These days, it's a question of life or death. It's as simple as that. And this song is not about casual sex. That was the entire intro that he did to the video to I Want Your Sex. I think it was very responsible of him, you know, to say we're adults, we enjoy each other's company. Why not have carnal knowledge of one another? Okay. This wasn't Janet Jackson with Let's Wait a While. Okay. You know what I mean? This
This was
was
Janet Jackson with Nasty.
this was George Michael saying, I've waited long enough. What about you? Okay, let's go. You know what I mean? That's it. That's my final honorable mention for the year 1988.
That's four different George Michael songs between the two of us for this
Oh, I
year. I
know.
think this was the year of George Michael, apparently.
Oh, I know. I know. I know. But a good song is a good song.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, when I found it in the record store and I was, oh, a 13-minute, oh, I'm buying this son of a bitch. Give me that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Our top picks, top five plus two honorable mentions, sorry, for 1988 with running back through the 80s. Please put down in the comments below, down there, your top five, top two, top one hit, or as many as you want. And you know what? We'd like to get a bit of a dialogue going about this. And again, we are not experts in music on any level. We are just telling you what we remember, and hopefully that these songs that we talk about will bring back memories for you, as they did for us. Some good, some painful, some worth remembering. Very simple, right? So, for Bluebeard, otherwise known as Bill Schuster, I'm Armando signing off, and we will be back with the conclusion of running back through the 80s with the year 1989. It's going to be a
One more
barn
time.
burner.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Right? Bye for now.